All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about that crucial first step in any data project, that initial exploration. We're going to cover the absolute essential Python functions you need to crack open a new dataset and really start to see what's inside.
So picture this. You've just been handed a brand new dataset. Could be sales figures, could be sensor readings, who knows? It's this blob of potential, but right now it's basically a black box. So the big question is always the same. Where in the world do you even start?
Well, the answer is you start by becoming a data detective. Yep. Before you get to the cool models or the fancy charts, you've got to do the groundwork. Every single powerful analysis starts with the solid, fundamental investigation of the data you're actually working with.
And you know, to be a good detective, you need the right tools. For that first pass in Python, your toolkit is actually pretty simple, but it is so effective. So let's open it up and see what we've got. Here they are, your 4 essential tools. We're going to think of head and tail here as our magnifying glass, for getting a quick close-up look. Then, info is kind of like a structural X-ray, letting us see the skeleton of the data. And finally, describe gives us the statistical profile, like a quick background check on all our numbers. First things first, we just need to get a feel for what we're looking at. In data analysis, that means just peeking at the data itself. And that is exactly what head and tail are for. They give us our first, absolutely indispensable clues.
So, the head function. This is your go-to for that initial sneak peek. Its whole job is to show you the very first few lines of your dataset. It gives you an immediate feel for the layout, the columns, and what kind of data you're even dealing with.
And using it could not be simpler. You just type df.head. Now, by default, that'll show you the first 5 rows, but you can always pop a number in there, like you see here with df.head3, to tell it exactly how many rows you want to see.
So what do you actually learn from this? Well, you get that instant snapshot, right? You can see if the data loaded correctly or if it's a total mess. And most importantly, you immediately see all the column names you're going to be working with. It's like your first line of defense.
Okay, so you've looked at the beginning, but that's only half the story. It is just as important to look at the end of your data, and that's where the tail function comes in. It's the perfect partner to head, showing you the very last rows.
And just like head, the syntax is a piece of cake. df.tail2 will give you the last 2 rows. It seems simple, but trust me, this little check can uncover some really important clues about your dataset's health.
So why bother checking the end? Well, for one, you can make sure the dataset is complete and didn't get cut off when you loaded it. If you're working with data over time, tail shows you the newest stuff. And sometimes, datasets have weird summary rows or junk at the very end. Tail will spot that immediately.
So let's just boil it down. Head is your first glance, your initial hello to the data. Tail is your final check, making sure everything is good from start to finish. You use them together, and you get a complete picture of your data's boundaries.
Okay, we've used our magnifying glass to look at the surface. Now it's time to see what's going on underneath. We need to understand the data's blueprint, its actual structure. And for that, we bring out our structural X-ray, the info function. What's so great about info is that it gives you this technical summary of your entire dataset without actually showing you a single row of data. It's all about the metadata, the data about your data.
And info gives us 3 massive clues. First, data types. Are your numbers actually numbers, or did Python read them in as text by mistake? Super common problem. Second, and this is a huge one, non-null counts. This tells you exactly how many entries are in each column, which makes spotting missing values an absolute breeze. And finally, memory usage, which is great for knowing just how big this thing is in your computer's memory.
All right, we've seen the surface with our magnifying glass, we've X-rayed the structure. Now it's time to run a background check. We need a quick statistical profile on our data, and for that, we bring out our final tool, describe.osh.
The describe function is your one-stop shop for a high-level statistical summary. What it does is it automatically scans all your numerical columns and just spits out a bunch of key descriptive stats for each one. It's awesome.
So what does it actually tell you? Well, for any column with numbers, you get a quick summary. You get the count of entries, the mean, the average, and the standard deviation, which tells you how spread out the data is. Plus, it gives you other key things like the minimum and maximum values. So why is this so powerful? Well, you get that instant statistical overview, which is great. But even better, by looking at the min and max values, you can immediately spot potential outliers. Like, if you're looking at a column for human age and the max value is 200, you know you've got a problem to investigate. It's your first major clue about your data's quality.
And here's a little pro tip for you. By default, describe only works on numbers. But if you add include equals all, it'll also give you a summary for your text or category columns. It'll tell you how many unique values there are and which one shows up the most often. Super useful.
So we've looked at 4 different tools, but the real magic happens when you use them together. A good detective doesn't just use one tool, right? They have a process, a workflow that lets them crack the case efficiently.
And here is that workflow. It's a simple 4-step investigation plan that you can use on any new dataset. You start with head for a first look. Check the end with tail. Then use info to understand the structure and hunt for missing data. And finally, you wrap up your initial sweep with describe to get that statistical overview. See? Each step just builds on the last.
And that really gets to the heart of it. Understanding your dataset structure, it isn't just a nice thing to do, it's a fundamental step. Everything else you do, all the complex analysis, the machine learning, it's all built on the foundation you create with these first few commands.
So, with these 4 tools in your belt, your initial investigation is done. You've taken this unknown black box and you've turned it into something you actually understand. You know its shape, its size, its contents, and its possible problems. The groundwork is officially laid. So the only question left